guys, welcome back to Speo Custom. So today I'm sharing with you a Wonder Woman premium format statue from Sideshow Collectibles that I transformed and customized for somebody that wanted to actually take the statue down from the base because it was too high up, and also wanted to break the arm and bring it down holding the spear forward. Also a couple other things with adding letter opener sword, changing up the armor, and also making the hands with the wrist guards with metal pegs and magnetized, because the way Sideshow produced it was they had just a key with a metal peg going in there, and it wouldn't probably hold up a lot of these items too well over time, so we did all that stuff. So we'll get a little bit closer, we'll break it all down. I really do like this statue, and I know Sideshow's coming out with a new Wonder Woman, but this one's still pretty cool. So I mean, Wonder Woman fans get a nice choice of different statues out there, so it's really good. So as you can see over here, what we did is we broke this arm down because she had it out to the side, and it was holding the spear going under back of her neck, under the hair. So we filled out the bottom of the hair, we broke the arm down, we brought it down, we added a different hand here, and we put a spear in that hand. Now, the original spear that came with her was just, it wasn't going to work. It was just, the hand was cast with resin onto the resin spear. So what I did was I got this hand set up here, and this is actually a wooden dowel I got from Home Depot. And when you get them at Home Depot, when you pull them out of the rack, you have to actually look at them going down in an angle because they always curve. So if you just pull one out and you get home, you go to work on it, you realize that it's bent. So if you look at them and you kind of see how they look by looking at the very tip of the piece going down, you could see if they're curved or not. So I found one that was fairly straight at one point, so I was able to cut that off, and it worked out pretty good with that. Now, as far as the spearhead itself, that's actually a metal dagger that I got this bunch of setups from a friend that had all these little daggers, and he was getting rid of them, so I took them. And this one actually worked out well. I tried to use it in the past couple customs, but the problem is when you cut the metal, if you don't have enough meat to work with it, the dagger really won't fit or flop around. This worked out pretty cool because this is a metal hollow brass tubing that went over the dowel pretty well, and then I had all this space underneath, so I actually added this piece in there with some epoxy, and I let it sit, and then I used Aves and I sculpted this little point over it, and then I painted it up. So this is like a really sharp dagger that works out pretty good. So it's kind of a different looking spear. It's, you know, I mean, you can cut yourself on this tip, but you got to be careful. That's how sharp it is, but it worked out pretty cool. So that's what we did there. And then just to keep it on her hand, even though it could kind of turn like so, we wrapped these rope around there so it kind of stays in place so it doesn't go up and down, but it just looks like she's actually grabbing it. That's got something to grab onto, so that's what we did there. As far as her chest goes, what we did is we took down that little big point piece that Sideshow did, where this came all the way down here, which didn't really make sense. So he wanted me to take that out and bring it up more, and then just keep it like more of a traditional, you know, chest plate armor up there. As far as the base goes, this is a hollow base, so this thing goes very high. Like literally, if you were to, you know, have the original base, it comes up a little bit higher. So this foot would probably be almost up to here. So what we did is we cut all that down, and we brought it all down there, and this way it actually fit in the Besta now with no problem. Plus, it just doesn't take up as much room. All this is sculpted with smooth on freeform air. I tried some new stuff with that. It's also a lot of extra pieces of Aves here and there, so it looks like it's a broken pillar over time, so it's got stains in there as well. So that worked out pretty cool. And then we added this letter opener sword. So these two pieces are removable, but you just, you know, you could just throw them on. What it is, just, you know, add a little piece like that. This kind of clicks in, which is pretty good. Also added this little loop here for this, you know, lasso rope. This is kind of that stretchy stuff that I have that works out really great for lassos. So that worked out good there. Now, as I said, these pieces are removable. So what you can do is, I won't pop out the spear hand only because it's probably a pain. But see, as I added those metal pegs, and then here's the exclusive one. If you look underneath, you can get it lined up correctly, and it'll just go in there. And now she's got the axe. So she's definitely like all geared up now with a lot of weapons, so which looks pretty cool. And one of the last custom things I did too is I tweaked out the nose a little bit, just brought it down a little bit more. It would came out a little bit further, so I kind of just sanded it down and tweaked it in there. So I just kind of brought the nose in a little bit more on there. And then also the hair has that weird pegging system too as well. So what I did is I added magnets underneath, and I added a magnet up there. So now this goes on here with a magnet. So this way, if you just grab it at the right spot like that, you won't break any of these pieces because they're very fragile. So once you got through all the custom work, it was just a matter of painting her up. So he wanted me to keep it in line with his other Wonder Woman. So this is, you know, Garage Kid's flesh tones mixed in with some other colors and paints here and there. Keep it nice and nice and soft. You know, more of a comic book feel. That's kind of what I like to do. So that's where we went with that. Archer Fine Transfer Eye decals, soft lipstick. Her armor is Alclad pale gold, and then Alclad clear yellow over it to give it a little bit more of that sheen to it. So that's kind of what worked out there. And then I used Spaztec clear gloss on it, which really worked out pretty cool. So I'm always trying different things with different paints and stuff. So I really like how this armor's coming out now, trying that new stuff as well. And then her red outfit's kind of like, you know, a leathery red with some mahogany and red in there, so it's not too bright. Archer Fine Transfer detail stars added onto the blue. You know, same thing with the boots. The boots add a little bit more of a gloss to give it more of like that leathery, almost like PVC look almost, but not too much. Just kind of shined it up a little bit more compared to the outfit. Base is straight up, you know, just making it look like a pillar base from Themyscira, you know, just kind of that old school look pillars. And then as you can probably see in the hair a little bit here and there, what I did is it's all, what is it? It's Vallejo primer black on there, because I really like their primer black. It really comes out really nice and smooth, and you get more for your buck than just buying the Vallejo black bottle. So it's kind of almost the same thing, but it's a primer, so it sticks on pretty well. Then I added some blue interference in there, and then I kind of sealed it up, so it works out pretty good. So I really like the way the hair comes out doing that route. But you know, it's a really good statue. I mean, it's got some nice muscle tones, as you can see. Really works out pretty good. Nice little booty shot for you guys. It's a really good statue. So I'll probably be doing a few more for him. He wants a couple different versions of Wonder Woman, so they could kind of line up really well. So it's going to be kind of a cool collection. He's going to have this statue with a couple different versions set up like I did with my Power Girls, where I have all the different versions of the same statue. So it should come out pretty good. So look for those down the line whenever I get a chance to get those into my next rotation. But there you go. Wonder Woman Premium Format exclusive, broken down to Speo and repainted. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some more videos.